Hello, my name is Faith, guiding you guys through a level 2 vinyasa style class. The only thing I have to say is that I am in a shared space, so if you hear some noises or some music, it's probably the other folks that are working out. But otherwise, grab 2 blocks and we can go ahead and get started here. So making your way to a comfortable seated position and just allowing yourself to tap into your body. Taking stock of where your body and your breath is at today, noticing without any judgment. And from here, start to lengthen your exhales longer than your inhales, filling up full through the nose. And exhale, letting it go, either out the nose or the mouth. And continue to lengthen your exhales here, activating our parasympathetic nervous system as we invite you to our intention of our practice today. Our theme or our focus that we'll be playing with is rooting down to the earth while reaching up to the sky above. Our peak pose is bird of paradise. And in this shape, we can welcome 2 sensations at the same time. Yin, yang, solar, lunar, push, and pull. Not everything has to be this or that, 0 or 100. We take the time to be with our breath, to root us firmly into the present moment. On your inhale, fill up your belly. Expand your rib cage, broaden through your collarbones, and then on your exhale, side out the mouth, let it go. Again, inhale, fill up your belly. Expand your rib cage, broaden through your collarbones. See if you can take in one more sniff of air. And then on your exhale, sigh it out the mouth, let it go. From here, we can start to gently blink the eyes open, lengthening through the crown of your head while your sit bones are rooting firmly to the earth. Big breath in here. And then exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. We'll gently start to make some neck circles here, moving in one direction and then the other. Just taking the time to work out any little kinks that might be existing in the upper body here. And yogi's choice, you can take full circles or half circles, whatever feels best in your body today. From here, go ahead and keep your left foot to the inside of the right thigh and extend your right leg out long. Janu Shirshasana. We square our hips off slightly to the right leg, slight bend in the right knee to protect your joint. Inhale, we reach the arms up and overhead. And then on your exhale, hinging from the hips, we fold. Once your hamstring says, that's enough for me, we relax the chin into the chest. About 3 rounds of breath here, nice and slow. And if the mind ever wanders throughout your practice, thinking of your to-do lists or some sort of internal dialogue, bring yourself back to the rise and fall of your breath. On your next inhale, we'll come through center. Bring your left hand behind you, and on your inhale, shine your hips up to the sky, baby wild thing. And then on your exhale, we lower ourselves down and we just switch it out to the other side, squaring your hips off to the left leg. Inhale, reach it high. And then exhale, we hinge. Janu Shirshasana, hamstring stretch. And you'll notice throughout our practice today, we'll really be bringing awareness to our hamstrings, our hips, and our shoulders as well. So assessing these areas of the body and seeing where we can invite softness, space, and openness. On your next inhale, we'll unravel ourselves. Plant your right hand behind you, shine your hips up to the sky for a baby wild thing. Feeling broad through the chest here. And then on your exhale, we lower ourselves down. Make your way to tabletop, hands and knees, find your measures. Maybe you give the tops of your feet a little tap, tap. Plug in through the tops of your feet to reduce the lumbar curve in your spine. From here, you can flow through your cows and your cats, as well as welcoming whatever organic and intuitive movement the body calls for. We have 2 objectives here. A, to build traction in your spine, and B, to establish this mind-body connection. In yoga, what we call somatics. Taking another round of breath here, wherever you are. And then when you're ready, meet me there, neutral spine, pressing away from your yoga mat. On your next inhale, extend your right leg out long, toes dialed down, hips are square. Feel firm in your foundation, and then once you're ready, we reach our left arm forward like we're shaking someone's hand, bird dog. Inhale here, exhale, crunch. And then take this about 2 more times with your breath. We inhale to expand, and then we exhale, we bring to center. On your next inhale, reaching long, and then exhale, rolling the shoulder open, catching the bind. We kick into the hand, and the hand presses into the foot, defying gravity. Continue to breathe here, big breath in. Exhale, release. Go ahead and step your right leg forward and open yourself up to a baby warrior 2. Our pelvis is open and proud. Inhale here. And exhale, baby extended side angle, right forearm, right thigh, and roll your shoulder open here. Inhale, and then exhale, make your way to a supported side plank. And then flow through this a couple rounds of breath here, moving just like water. And of course, you can pause at any areas that feel good in your body. Once you're at your supported side plank, meet me there, reaching your arms long and kicking into the foot, rolling the shoulder open here. We can catch our bind. Slightly different than our bird dog. We're here for 3, 2, 1. And 0, we cartwheel our arms forward. Tabletop is where we meet to give some love to the other side. Same thing, extending your left leg out long, toes down, hips square, and then we extend our right arm. Take your 3 rounds of bird dog here. We inhale to expand, and then we exhale to bring it in towards center. Continue to breathe here, taking your crunch. And then once you're ready, meet me there, finding length. We roll our shoulder open to catch the foot. Again, kicking into the hand, hand into the foot. Breathe here. Your breath is your anchor. Your breath is your guide. Big breath in here, and then exhale, we step it through. Open yourself up to a baby warrior 2. So we're opening the pelvis here, big breath in, and then exhale, baby extended side angle. Inhale here, and then exhale, supported side plank. And continue to take these flosses here for about 3 rounds of breath. And again, moving at your own pace and pausing anywhere that feels good. But when you're there, meet me at your supported side plank, big breath in, and then exhale, we catch our bind. Again, kicking into the hand, hand into the foot, really pressing away from your yoga mat here, opening our shoulder and hips. Inhale here, and then exhale, cartwheel the arms down, come to your table, and your table will serve you to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, tailbone goes up and back, downward dog. Pedal out the legs here, press away from your yoga mat. Generous amount of space between your shoulders and your ears. Once you're ready on your inhale, take a peek at your hands, and then exhale, make your way to the top of your space, forward fold. Generous bend of the knees here. You have about 3 rounds of breath to welcome whatever movement the body is calling for. Opposite elbows, shaking of the head, whatever serves you today. On your next inhale, nice and slow, we ragdoll style our way on up to standing. Rolling your shoulders down your back, and take a breath here, a full breath in. And then on your exhale, bring your navel into your spine. Activate your Uddiyana Bandha here. It feels like you're doing a crunch almost just by standing. Let's salute the rising sun, sun A. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, we swan dive low, generous bend of the knees and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, make the number 7. Exhale, release into your fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, swan dive low, we fold forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, release into your fold. Let's integrate sun B. Inhale, chair pose, meet me there, big breath in. And then exhale, plant your hands, step back into a low lunge, left leg lowers, squaring off your hips here. Slight tug back of the right hip crease, left hip crease forward. Inhale, arms up and overhead, big breath in. And then exhale, grab your blocks, rock it back to half splits. Your blocks are in line with your hips here. And this is our first round, so take your time. You're more than welcome to walk your blocks to the outer right edge for an IT band stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, bending into the knees, plant your hands, step back into your plank, pressing away from your yoga mat here. Ground into your fingerprints, squeeze the glutes, drive your heels back like they're pressing against a wall. Big breath in. And then on your exhale, knees, untuck toes. Chest comes to thumbs, elbows back, slither through like an inchworm, little lift, baby cobra. On your exhale, tuck your toes, send your tailbone up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, runner's lunge. Inhale, right meets left, lift halfway. And then exhale, release into your fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Then we take it to the left side. Round two, inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, we swan dive low and fold forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, release into your fold. Inhale, chair pose, meet me there, Utkatasana. From here, a little flick of your tailbone. Inhale, hands come to prayer. And then exhale, twisting to the right, twisted prayer lunge. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left leg back to your low lunge. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. And exhale, maybe this time we rock it back to half splits, losing our blocks. Really squeeze through the midline, and your hands are almost as if they're squeezing a beach ball behind your back. Big breath in here. Exhale, we bend, plant your hands, step back into your plank, option for chaturanga. Inhale, we shift forward on the toes. Exhale, lower down to a half push-up. Inhale, come through up dog, hips off earth, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, we roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, runner's lunge. Inhale, right meets left, lift halfway. And then exhale, release into your fold. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then we take it to the other side. Last round, breath to movement. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, take it low, we fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, release into your fold. Inhale, chair pose, meet me there, Utkatasana. Inhale, hands come to prayer. Exhale, twisted prayer chair. On your next inhale, a little lift of the left heel, and then exhale, step it back, twisted prayer lunge. Inhale, we come through center, and then exhale, plant your hands and take your vinyasa. You also have the option to lift the legs, squeeze the glutes as you come on down. Again, your elbows are almost glued to your ribs here to protect your wrists. Down dog is where we meet. Inhale, lift your left leg high, and then exhale, step it through, runner's lunge. Inhale, right meets left, lift halfway, make the number 7. Exhale, release into your fold. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, palms come to touch, and then exhale, hands to heart center. This is the time where we take like about 3 rounds of breath. You can get water, shimmy, shake, fidget, whatever you need. We start to build the bones of our main sequence here. You're gonna want your blocks probably by like the first third of your mat to have them handy. Meet me in Tadasana whenever you're ready. Roll your shoulders down your back, take a cleansing breath. Let's begin. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive low, we fold forward. Inhale, halfway rise, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back to warrior 1, reaching your arms up and overhead. Back foot at a 45-degree angle. Notice this beautiful release in your left hip flexor. Big breath in here. Exhale, pyramid pose, almost as if we're on skis. Square off your hips, slight bend in both of the knees, and we fold. Blocks are beautiful for this. Surrender your neck to gravity. There's no need to fight it. Inhale here. Exhale, lose your blocks, and on your next inhale, open yourself up, warrior 2. Feel the broadening of your pelvis and your shoulders here. Big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, right forearm, left thigh, left arm is up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale, goddess squat, meet me there, heels in, toes out. Inhale, 5-point star. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, 5-point star. Exhale, goddess. One more time. Inhale, 5-point star. Exhale, goddess squat. Take a peek at your left toes. Inhale here. Exhale, side lunge or skandasana to the left. Inhale, come through center. And exhale, side lunge or skandasana to the right. Take a peek at your left toes. Inhale, we cartwheel the arm down. And then on your next inhale, reach your left arm up and overhead. Inhale here. Exhale, supported side plank. Open yourself up, reaching your right arms long while your leg kicks back. Big breath in. Exhale, make your way through center, and then take your vinyasa. We're facing the opposite side of our space. And then down dog is where we meet. So we'll take that on the other side, and then we'll make our way back to the top of our mat as we set up for round 2. We're gonna add on a little bit here in this second round, but we got this, we're strong. From our down dog, inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, open and stack your hip. We start to make some circles here. Ground evenly through both hands. Inhale, right leg goes long, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, runner's lunge. Rise on your inhale to your warrior 1. Inhale here. Exhale, standing splits. Hands can come to blocks or the earth. Slight bend in the right leg and really squeeze the glute, lengthening the hamstring up to the sky. Again, surrender your neck to gravity. Inhale, exhale, plant your foot, and then inhale, warrior 2. Big breath in, exhale, extended side angle. Maybe we roll the shoulder open to find a half bind. On your next exhale, come to your goddess squat. Heels in, toes out. Maybe we lift one heel. Maybe we lift the other heel. Maybe we lift both heels. Release, inhale here. Exhale, Skandasana into the left knee. Rotate your right shoulder, your right hip open, toes up to the sky. Inhale, come through center, and then exhale, Skandasana to the right. Again, toes flexed up to the sky. Hands could be at heart, earth, or blocks. Take a peek at your left toes, crawl to frame that foot, and then on your next inhale, open yourself up, simple twist. Big breath in, exhale, side plank or supported. Imagine there's a string at your torso and it's just lifting you up here. Inhale, and then exhale, come through center and take your vinyasa. High goes low. We call this riding the wave of your prana, your breath. And then from here, we take it to the other side. And then collectively after this, we'll meet in a child's pose. Our big toes to kiss, knees as wide as the mat, sit bones go back. And this will be your time for water. And you have about 5 rounds of breath here. Full breaths in, long breaths out. As students continue to take their breath or their time, whatever they need, we start to tap back into our intention. This idea of finding all of the nuances in between the black or white. When we take the time to slow down our breath, we can open ourselves to all of these other truths within the spectrum. Rally on, build morale, get everybody psyched for this last round. Enough of that. And then we'll make our way to down dog whenever they're ready. From your down dog, a full breath in. Exhale, lion's breath. Stick out your tongue, let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, open and stack your hip or flip your dog. Find your wild thing. Send your hips up to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg goes high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale to your warrior 1. Your hips are square here, shining to the front of the space. Exhale, standing splits. Inhale. Exhale, plant your foot. Inhale, open up to your warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, invitation for the bind. Inhale, come to your goddess squat. Take a peek at your back left toes. Inhale here. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, Skandasana to the right. Inhale, we come through. Open yourself up, simple twist. Exhale, supported side plank. Maybe this time you float the leg and the hand. Again, a string is pulling up here. Exhale, come through center and take your vinyasa. High goes low. After you take your vinyasa, we set up for a little bit of a break here. From our downward dog, we inhale, right leg goes high. Exhale, step it through, runner's lunge. Lower your back left knee, heel toe, your right foot to the outer edge of your mat, toes out, heels in, and then we lower for lizard. And I give them about like 3 rounds of breath here. If you want a more intense sensation, you can always press your right hand on the right thigh. And here our objective is opening our hips up so we can prime our body for our peak pose here. Imagine sending your prana to your right hip space. And if you notice any thoughts or feelings starting to arise, return to the rise and fall of your belly. We plant our hands, heel toe, your foot back to center, tuck your back left toe, and then on your inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, lower, downward facing dog. After that, we take it another time on the left side, and then we end up meeting at the top of our space. While they're vibing in their lizard lunge, and they can have a drink of water because it's gonna be hot, let's be real. So after that, we demo our bird of paradise. So this is where we're piecing everything together, our hips, core, and our shoulders, as well as our hamstrings. We'll come to this shape from our warrior 2. From here, we take it to our extended side angle. We've been playing with catching the binds. Roll your right shoulder to find the left hip crease here. From here, we take our left hand underneath to hook the right. And if this hooking isn't happening for students, we get a strap. Big inhale here, and then exhale, step it up into your chair pose, echoing our sun salutations. And then on your inhale, we rise, grounding through our leg, the same balancing as in our half splits. And then maybe our floating leg stays bent. Again, roll yourself open, broaden through your collarbones, or maybe we start to extend the leg. Inhale here, and then exhale, release. Nice and slow, swan dive your arms down, and we fold. Hands can be to the earth or to blocks. Bring a bend into the left knee, ground through the left hand, inhale, reach your right arm up and overhead. Finding a beautiful hamstring stretch and shoulder opener, we come through center, and then we switch it to the other side. And then we release. From that, students can take it on the other side. Also highly recommending a wall too for them if the balancing piece is what they need to work on. And then after that, we'll meet in our forward fold. We'll take our rounds of twists there, just like how we did last time. And then from here, heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat, and then lower on down to a yogi squat. About 3 rounds of breath here, bringing your elbows to the inside of your knees and your chest comes to your thumbs. So this, again, this idea of push here. These complementary sensations that are present in the body and noticing all of those areas in between. Once they make it to their 3 rounds of breath here, we'll come to a seat. From here, we take a forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. We inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, we hinge from the hips and fold. And then this is where I'd also come around, since it is a level 2, most people will be able to touch their toes. If they do need a deeper stretch, they can always have a block at the end of the feet here, but just being mindful of protecting their lower back. Continue to breathe. And then on our next inhale, we roll ourselves on up. We'll make our way to our backside body for some bridge pose to counteract all of these forward folds that we've taken in our practice together. First 2 rounds is typical bridge. The last round will be wheel. Heels near the glutes. Place your hands, palms down, and shimmy your shoulders down your back. On your inhale, we squeeze the glutes, shine your hips up to the sky above, and then exhale, we lower. Inhale, little lift, shining your hips up to the sky and really squeezing everything into the midline. Once our knees start splaying out, that's where damage to the joints occur. And then on your exhale, you lower yourself down. Invitation for a bind in your bridge, or if wheel's in your practice, you can take your wheel as well. Inhale, shining your hips up to the sky. If you're in wheel, really surrendering your neck to gravity. Whether you're in wheel or bridge, inhale to lift your heels. And then exhale, making your way on down to your backside body. We'll heel toe the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Take a few windshield wipers here to neutralize your spine. And then we set up for some beautiful twists. On your inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, a big good morning stretch. And then on your exhale, hug your knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze. From here, we plant our left foot to the earth, cross your right leg over the left, scoot your hips to the right, arms can be cactus teed, big breath in, and then on your exhale, let your legs fall to the left, supine twist. You can take your gaze to the right hand if that feels good. And this is where we tap into our body scan, analyzing the body here. Is there anywhere that we can let go of any unnecessary effort? Are we gripping in the inner thighs? Can we relax the face? Unclench the jaw? Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth and just be. A few more cycles of breath. Inhale, we come through center, uncross the legs, bring yourself back into the midline. We cross the left over the right, scooting our hips to the left, inhale, and then exhale, take your twist to the other side. Gaze can come to the left if you'd like to deepen your twist up your spine. Feel your prana flowing through your body, the rise and fall of your tummy, and tapping back into the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, this mantra of return and return again. When the mind starts to wander, we return to our breath. And when it wanders again, we return again. Mindfulness is a lifelong practice. Be kind to yourself. We'll come through center here. And then if any other yogis have any moves that they want to complete their practice, they're more than welcome to do so, taking whatever form of shavasana fits them best as the lights go low. Here, since we can do hands-on modifications, I'd go around doing a shoulder press for folks, as well as a massage here at the base of where their skull meets their neck. And continuing to breathe. Staying just as you are. Begin to deepen your breath. Scanning the body, assessing any final areas that we can let go, release, or soften. And continue to let any remaining tension melt away until your whole body is at ease, peace, and relaxation. And know that you can tap into this feeling at any point, both on and off the mat, just by being with your breath. And then when you're ready, we make our way, wiggling fingers, toes, following the path towards gentle movements if that feels good. Inhale, take a big full body stretch. And then exhale, hugging the knees into your chest, giving yourself one more hug, but hopefully not the last self-hug of your day. From here, you roll over to your side, pausing in a fetal position. A moment of rebirth, renewal, and new beginnings. When you're ready, making your way up to a comfortable seat, however you would like to get there. And from your comfortable seat, really lengthen the crown of the head up towards the cosmos above. Your palms can be faced up for a sense of receptivity, or they could be faced down for a sense of groundedness. Whatever it is you need today, this week, or even this month. On your next inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, tracing your aura, your energy, your prana, your life force, everything that makes you you. And then on your exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We bow forward, humbly sealing our practice. Namaste. Om Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, namaste. And as always, your energy, your light, and your being is truly one of a kind, unique to you, unlike anything else on this earth. So thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me, especially with watching this. And I can't wait to see what you think. Later.